Hey there, Capricorn. Welcome to your reading for 2016. So this video is for Capricorns born between January 1st and January 10th. If you haven't seen the first video, what I'm doing is I'm splitting up all signs into their three decans in astrology, most of them. Some of you I had to split up differently, but that's doesn't matter for you because Capricorn's getting split up into their decans. So again, January 1st to January 10th, you want to be watching this video. If you're not sure which video to watch, just click the description below. I have the 3 Capricorn videos with the birth dates after them, so you can find the video that's right for you. But also, I've been telling everybody, feel free to watch all 3 videos for your sign. There'll probably be things that you'll pick up on that'll be important for you as well. So let's get started. The first card you have is the 4 of Hearts. Great card. A lot, I wouldn't say a lot, but several people have been getting this card, several different signs it's been coming up for from time to time. And it's all about new things happening for you, new things coming in, new situations, focusing on the new too. You have some cards that represent letting go of the old, so that's definitely going to be a theme for you this year. But 4 of Hearts can be a card of moving to a new location, getting a job that involves moving or travel. And even as I say, sometimes this card can be one of those cards where you're not even thinking about moving, but you travel somewhere and you fall in love with the place and you end up moving there. Or you go on a business trip somewhere and you end up, like, again, falling in love with the location and you move there. That's the kind of stuff that can happen on this card. It's very exciting. It's also a card of really kind of resonating with people, like trying to be a people person in a lot of ways, like trying to focus on people, this year, and really trying to, kind of like work people and know how to deal with people and all of those things. So it's important that you get good with people this year and really focus on it. Don't be an introvert this year. Try to kind of meet more people and all that. That comes up a lot here. You have a lot of people related cards going on here, so I would definitely focus on that, especially with this card. Next, you have the 8 of Clubs. I frequently say that this is like the most rare card in the deck. It almost never shows up in my readings, even personal readings. It has shown up surprisingly several times during these readings that I'm doing for 2016, but it's a card of being very psychic, of using psychic abilities, of trusting your intuition, of knowing how and when to use your intuition. So all those things come up. It's also a card of just knowing like when you get too stuck on an idea. And so if things aren't working out for you, if you're finding yourself blocked or anything like that, this card comes in and it asks you to open up to other ideas that are around you and look for different solutions. 8s are actually very easy to overcome. I always say that about 8s is that they're super easy to reach success through an 8, usually through hard work. But the 8 of Clubs, it's kind of a card that rewards learning more mental things and also communicating with people. So like opening up to people. If you're stuck at work or something, ask somebody at work for help. If you're stuck in your business, ask somebody for business help. This card, like I said, the solution will always be very simple. So if you're stuck, just ask. That's what this card asks you to do. And again, the solution will be very easy. It'll be something so minor that really won't require a lot of work. It's great. The other thing about this card is, I will say, with the 8 of Clubs, is you could meet somebody through work with this card. Frequently, people who get the 8 of Clubs usually meet their mates through work and where they work. So that's a potential for you this year. Next, you have the 3 of Spades coming in. 3 of Spades is a card that asks you to watch your health, to pay attention to your health. That's the way I always read it. Traditionally, it's not read that way, but it's what I always get off the card, is that, sometimes, like, I think you could be working very hard this year. It definitely seems to be like a working year for a lot of signs, where the focus really seems to be on working and kind of developing yourselves in a lot of ways. So this card can come in when you're working too much and you need to focus on your health and all of that. So definitely watch your health, stick to your fitness routines, don't get off of them and things like that. Drink plenty of water, get plenty of rest. The list goes on and on there. But this card can also be, kind of about deciding which career path is right for you, picking the right career path. All those things are really important. It's also a card of productivity, of being super productive and learning how to be productive. It's even like admitting to yourself, like, if you own a business, say you're really good at the marketing side of things, but you're not so great at, like, I don't know, like some other part of the business. So maybe it's time for you to take somebody else on to help you with the other side. It's all about admitting to yourself where you are most productive in your life. And then, it's kind of like about outsourcing, and what in your life can you give to somebody else to handle for you that you no longer need to be handling. I'm getting even like tax things are coming up. If you've had problems with your taxes and all this other stuff, and you constantly do your own taxes every single year, maybe it's time this year to hand your taxes off to a professional who can really like can just handle it for you, so you don't have to do it. So I think that's going to be something that's important for you, is learning when to kind of share responsibility, give it to somebody else. It's almost like you want to be doing everything yourself, which I get that. We all want to take responsibility, but now it's like the time to I think you're going to be really busy, and so maybe you need to kind of like hand off responsibilities to somebody else. And because kind of like the weird thing about this card is it can be about avoiding responsibilities. So that again goes back to this tax thing that popped into my head. It's like maybe you are lazy on your taxes, or you don't do them, or something like that. So it is time to hand them off to somebody else with this card. Next, you have the Ten of Diamonds. Great success card. Really just a business success card. I'm getting a stability card. It brings stability to you. I think if you own a business this year or have a business, you could be really successful with this card. New contracts coming in, all of that. For those of you who are in work, you have a lot of, you're going to be really busy this year. That's what this card says, and you can have a lot of good things happen to you with this card. It's also a card of needing to make sure that you work. So if you're finding yourself not earning enough money, not quite cutting it in your business, whatever the case may be, this card comes in and says, hey, just working even just a little bit harder, adding like a little extra 10%, maybe even 5%. It doesn't even have to be that much. Just giving yourself a little bit more effort on the things that you're working on will produce massive results. It's all about those things. And on kind of like another note on that, this card can also, again, remember what I said about passing responsibility and kind of like outsourcing things in your life? That's the same thing with this card. Is this card can ask you to find little areas that have major impacts. So if there's something in your business that you're not doing, but then you start doing it and it really kind of multiplies everything that you're doing and has a major impact, but it's something very small, this card wants you to find those things. It wants you to find those little buttons in your business, in your life, in your love life. This card has to do with everything, where it's like the minimal effort, maximum response from what you're doing. That's this card right here, and you want to take advantage of that. Next, you have the Five of Clubs, all about learning new skills, needing to learn. It's a card of adventure. Most fives have to do with adventure, being spontaneous and all this other stuff, but I'm really getting what's important for you is to learn. It's come up for a bunch of signs this year. Again, I'm guessing that there's something in the astrology that has to do with learning for all signs. Just kind of a guess, because it's come up for so many of all the signs that I've read for so far. It's all about learning, but this card is a big learning card. Needing to learn new things and needing to learn extra stuff. And it's interesting because your next card is the Nine of Spades, letting go of the old, letting go of things that no longer serve us. So with that Five of Clubs coming in, saying, hey, you need to learn something new. That's what this is saying. It's saying, hey, let go of that old, outdated information that you have stuck in your head and learn something new. Sometimes when we have a Nine of Spades, it can really be like a crutch in our life. It can be something that we're using as a crutch, like something that's been working for a long time, and maybe it works like a little bit, like it's a skill or something like that. It works a little bit and just enough to keep us going, but does it really work? No, there's something better that you can learn and replace this Nine of Spades with. Again, it's kind of hard to say for all of you which area of your life this involves, because spades are more about spirituality, but it can also be about anything in your life. So you could be using things as a crutch in your life in different places, and you need to let those crutches go and learn something new to move yourself forward. So again, I always say, if you're stuck anywhere, if you're not moving forward, or if things are stagnant, learn something new in your life. Could be in your job. If you learn something new, learn a new skill, maybe you could get a promotion. You could move forward. Same thing with a relationship. Maybe you need to learn something new to keep your relationship fresh and keep your relationship going with this card. Finally, you end with the Eight of Hearts. Love is on the table for a lot of you, I'd say, this year. Eight of Hearts is all about that exchange of energy. This is kind of like a gift from the universe in a lot of ways. The Eight of Hearts, it's us getting rewarded for some hard work that we've done. So if you haven't seen anything from all that work you've been doing for the past, many years, and Capricorn is one of the most perseverant signs out there, you're going to get rewarded for that perseverance. You're going to be rewarded for all that hard work that you did. I want to say, if you look up the birth card meaning of the Eight of Hearts, it all has to do with perseverance, being perseverant, and being determined, and all of those things. I think you'll find, again, if you look up the birth card, Eight of Hearts, all that stuff will come up. So, just keep going. Keep pushing. I know it's hard, but, Capricorn's really good at being perseverant. So use that ability, and, you'll see some great success this year. So thank you so much for watching. Enjoy the year. And again, also, please feel free to watch the other 2 videos that I've done for Capricorn.